Nothing says fall like a beautiful blooming mum. And today we're shifting things up just a little bit, still dealing with these beautiful specialty crops, but we're stepping outside of the kitchen and we're decorating and adding a little bit of a front porch flavor. Typically when we think of Cheney's Dairy Barn, we think of the delicious ice cream and the movies that we get to watch all summer long. But it doesn't stop there, as Deborah creates and grows these gorgeous mums in a variety of colors, a variety of sizes, and the great thing, a variety of price points too.
When someone says Cheney's Dairy Barn, you automatically think of summer fun, ice cream, and just a great place for the family. But don't forget about fall, because there's plenty of stuff to do out here at Cheney's Dairy Barn in the fall. And right now we're going to go find Deborah Cheney and talk a little bit about her beautiful mums. Thanks for visiting with us, Deborah.
Thanks for having me.
You guys have a lot of fall activities.
We do. We realized several years ago this was something we were kind of missing out on because we were just so tired of when the ice cream season would end in September. But we learned a lot from some of our fellow agritourism operators around the state. We began the corn maze, and that's always a lot of fun. This year's theme is So God Made a Farmer. And if you were able to fly over an airplane, you could actually see that in print on the ground. But then about 3 years ago, I started the mums, and that's been something that I've really enjoyed.
Now, Deborah, why mums? Why did you choose mums?
You know, I think because they're so pretty and they're something I was interested in buying myself. I had bought them throughout the years several different ways. Usually I had gone to a farm that had them in the ground where I would dig them, but I found throughout the years that I had better luck with the ones that were actually already potted. So that's why I chose that method, because I didn't want to fight the weeds and all that stuff. My mom had started us in gardening as young children. We had always raised a garden, and I had kind of gotten away from that the last 10 years since we've been so busy with the dairy barn. It's kind of self-rewarding to be able to grow something that pretty.
And you know, it is rewarding like you talked about, but it's still a lot of work, as with all farming. Why do you choose to farm?
I chose to marry a dairy farmer, and I came from a dairy farm family, and I should have known the work I was getting into, but it was sort of a way of life for me, and I quickly realized that it wasn't about the money. It's about the value of what you can do with your family on a farm, the values that you can instill in them, the work ethic, and that's really what it's all about.
And I know that your family is very involved here at the dairy barn. I know your daughter Elizabeth has gotten you into lots of things, pumpkins and all kinds of stuff with the corn maze and the mums. But you guys have you have the playground that's open in the fall and the jumpy pillow. We do. In the fall, if you come here on any given day, during the fall, starting September 1st, the corn maze will be open, and then we have a free barnyard playground that you can play on. That's a really fun activity for the kids. We've got a couple of big monster slides, and then we put in a jumping pillow back in the spring, and that is an armband price for kids to play on that. But it's a lot of fun, and there's nothing else like it here in the Bowling Green area. Now, is it only for kids, Deborah? Because I actually like the jumping pillow as well.
No, I should just say the written instructions on the side of the pillow say you must be physically fit. So I'm not physically fit enough to do it. But I think that you would be, Joanna.
We'll have to get on there and try.
Yeah, I haven't seen Carl on it either. So
I think people might pay to come
might.
watch Carl on it. So Deborah, when are your mums available for sale? When can somebody come by the dairy barn and purchase them?
In September would be a good time. They should start popping just any time with bloom, and I think starting from September 1st around October 1st, you should see the bulk of them come through.
All right, so they can come by and get a little piece of this farm flavor to take back with them from Cheney's Dairy Barn. And the benefit is they could probably grab a little ice cream on their way home.
Can. Yeah.
Well, thank you for visiting with us, Deborah.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
When picking out your mum, you want to make sure that you have a ton of blooms, and also look at your leaves. You want to make sure that they're not wilted and there are no holes. That would be an indication of an insect or some sort of a disease. And so we're going to first do a simple craft using this yellow bloom with this inexpensive, cheap basket that it came in. We're going to spruce it up just a little bit with a roll of burlap and a hot glue gun and some scissors, and that's all you're going to need. Okay, so you've got your roll of burlap, and what you're going to do is you're going to carefully apply a strip of hot glue on the burlap. And then you'll take your ribbon and you'll apply it to your container. And then you'll take your roll and you'll continue to wrap around. Make sure that it lays flat and continue to pull just like you need to. Okay, so now that we have our pot pretty well covered with the burlap, you're going to take your scissors and you'll cut. And this is the time that if you look around and you see that maybe there are some loose areas just like I have here, you can pull it tight before you secure. So then you'll take your glue gun, a roll of burlap, a pair of scissors, and a beautiful mum is just moments and steps away from creating a beautiful fall piece for your front porch flavor. One of the most difficult decisions you can make in the fall may be which color mum to pick out. And thinking about what color to use, think about what your front porch already looks like. What color is your front door? Perhaps your shutters. Maybe how you like to decorate with your fall pieces already. Do you like to do browns and burgundies, or do you like to stay with a bright, vibrant color just like the lavender one we have today? And I'm going to show you how to make the perfect bow to place into your potted mum. And so it's very simple. Choose ribbon that maybe you already have on hand or that you can find on sale. And I love to use a wired ribbon simply because I think the bow will hold its shape a little better. So I'm using a solid brown. This has a little bit of an animal print to it, also some glitter. I'm also using a piece that has burlap and an orange stripe through it. And these pieces are about 6 inches long. And so you want half of your pieces to be that long, and then you want to also choose a piece to be a little bit larger. That's going to be your main focal point. And so I'm going to use this really cute white polka dot orange ribbon. You also want to choose a couple of your pieces to be about as twice as long. That's going to create the hoops. So we're taking a fun polka dot color, pairing it with more of a fall look. So basically all that you're doing is cutting strips at this point. Take your larger pieces of ribbon and you're going to come over about 5 inches or so, and you're going to pinch it just as tight as you can. And then you're going to go from the other side and do the exact same thing. So now you're going to bring your two hands together and meet in the middle, which creates one hoop and two tails. So making sure that you hold it really secure with your thumb and your pointer finger. You're going to move on to your next piece. And we're going to do the exact same thing all over again. So now you have two of the hoops and the tails on one side. We're going to move on to the next one. Look how beautiful that already is. Isn't that so pretty? Now, with the two shorter pieces that you have, what you're going to do is you're just going to bring it into the middle, just pinching it like this. And you're going to place that in between some of your little hoops. So now where your pointer finger and your thumb is, you're going to take your pipe cleaner and you're going to wrap it around and pull it simply as tight as you can and just give it a good twist. So right at this point, it looks like this. Kind of looks like a mess. This is where the fun begins. So bring each of the tails and pull them up so that each color is separated from one another. So for example, you wouldn't want two brown pieces right beside each other or even two orange pieces right beside each other. You'd want to make sure that you spread all of it out. So the good thing about the wire ribbon is that at this point it can hold its shape in its place, and so you can move each piece around and put it exactly where you want to. So now we have this gorgeous bow on one side and we have your pipe cleaner here, and you'll take your mum, and this is where you're actually going to place it into your soil just like this. And look at what that beautiful fall ribbon does to this gorgeous lavender mum. It really makes this beautiful piece look like it's fall time, but still using the bright colors. You would think to yourself, I'm not sure that these colors go well together, but once you see the bow actually in the pot, don't you think it's just gorgeous? You guys, I'm so excited about the 2 crafts that we did today. Anything with a beautiful mom and ribbon is so fun and is a definite way to add front porch flavor to your home. So the next time you're at Cheney's Dairy Barn, make sure that you go and take a look at the beautiful mums that she has and that she grows. I promise no matter what your favorite color is or what your price point is, there is a perfect mum for you. So we wish you all a happy fall.